Alright, welcome to day 48 of the Vera series. And sadly, still no level increase. Starting out, you want to go to your artificial island, so go to casual, hit building, and then go there. Then you want to go back to casual, you want to hit building, and then you want to hit claim, because remember, you can only hold these resources for 24 hours. On top of that, don't forget to kill your enemies, and don't wait till the very last day like I usually do. And you want to make sure you get your weekly items in the exchange store. Next, you want to do Mia's Kitchen, and you want to do your daily bounties for the day, and I'm just going to go with a Sparrow. Next, we got Vitality, starting with joint operations. So for today, we got access to Shoulders, Helm, a Coco, and a Shiro Matrix, and we can do the end game. So these are actually some pretty good dungeons, and you might want to use a few Vitality solutions. Next, we have Interstellar Exploration, and you want to check Vera, as well as check a Sparrow, so that we can see all of your Stargates. And you want to also see if you have any level 3 Stargates. And the best way to tell is if this weapon battery category has a number 3, it's a level 3 Stargate, and if it has a number 2, it's a level 2 Stargate. If you don't have any level 3s or level 2s, you could always do Dimensional Trials, and if you need money, you could always do Space-Time Domains, and if you don't have time, you could always make Omnium Beacons. Which brings us to our optionals, and that is giving gifts to your 1.0 characters, and the best way to do that is to do the Black Market, see this island, and do the Claw Machine, and do your 2 trainings for the day. But what is not optional is to do your 8 fun zones. And if you can, try to knock out your 6 Greyspace Fissures. But the best place that's going to get you rewards is the Twilight Zone, so go ahead and try to knock that out if you can. But you do have an 8-hour time limit, so you could wait on this. And if you can, try to do some racing, so that way you can make it in the top 100, and you can at least get that 400 Mira. And don't forget to do your 3 Security Force missions for the week, so that way you can get that Mira and Old Vera coins. Then we got Appointed Research. Remember, you can only hold a grand total of 20 energy, and you get 5 free energy a day, so make sure that this does not cap. Also, if you enjoy these daily guides, I would greatly appreciate a like, so that way they can spread more on YouTube. Then we got our events. You want to make sure you're logging in enough time, so that way you can get your Dark Crystals. Also, don't forget to do Yesterday once more, so that way you get the Shirli skin, plus the White Nemesis weapon skin. And you want to do the TOF referral program, so that way you can get some free resources. Next, let's talk about the Winter Festival, and we just got the new event Bullet Time, which I do not like. The main reason why is you need to do this exchange Copper Bloom, and how you get the Copper Bloom is that you need to use Mira. You need to at least exchange 60 Mira, so that way you have 600 Copper Bloom to play the match. So ideally, if you do want to do this, I recommend that you go for the 100, so that way you at least have 1,000 starting out. But the only problem is if you don't spend a lot of Mira and greatly increase your Copper Bloom, it's going to be very easy for you to get taken out of the game. Because how this game works, it's similar to Break from Destiny, to where you're randomly put onto the map and you need to go around and try to find weapons and items, so that way you can use those to take out your enemies. And how you take out your enemies is basically attacking them until their Copper Bloom reaches 0. Once that happens, they're basically just put into a timeout zone, to where they have to wait until the match ends. Now personally, I don't think this game mode would have been too bad, as long as I didn't have to spend Mira to participate. So my recommendation, unless you have a lot of Mira to waste, I recommend that you do Creature Clash, or you do the Float Parade to clear out the store. Also for the Float Parade, you just get 1,000 festive coins for each day that you do it, and even with Creature Clash, which usually takes a minute, even if you lose, you get 150 festive coins. So you could probably do 4 of those in the time it takes you to do this Bullet Time. And then we have our weekly tab. You want to make sure you do enough things down here so that we can get everything up top, which brings us to our challenges. So if you're trying to do something like the Bygone Phantasm or Frontier Clash, you might want to save your Mia's Kitchen, so that way you can power yourself up. But starting with the Bygone Phantasm. So again, I recommend that you take a look at this weapon bonus. If you have a good weapon bonus, you want to do this Sneak to next level, and if your CS is high enough, you're going to be able to jump up 11 levels as long as you can beat that floor. But the biggest thing that will determine your rank is Sequential Phantasm. So if you can get a high rank here, you're most likely going to get the top rewards for the week. Void Rift. We got another attempt today, so you want to go ahead and knock that out, so that way you can get those matrices. On top of that, don't forget about Void Abyss. You have a whole month to do this, and you want to make sure that you do, because you get a lot of good rewards, where you can get 13 reactors if you clear it all. But for the people that were able to play this January 1st on midnight before it reset, we're able to get another free 13 reactors by clearing it all. So hopefully they kind of make that up and let the people that weren't able to play during that time get another attempt or so, or at least just give us free rewards. Wormhole, you have 3 days to complete this, and you want to make sure you do, so that way you can get that energy crystal dust. Rage, you want to make sure you do the last 2 on heroic, and you do battle test area on heroic, so that way you get the best rewards for the week. Frontier Clash, you want to go ahead and try to knock this out, so that way you can get that golden gear. Critical Abyss, this is optional content, but if you do it, you can get clusters with those rewards. Break from Destiny, you want to make sure you do this at least one time so you can get those seasonal 250 dark crystals. But it does look like they messed up with their translations because it did say 800 dark crystals, so they went ahead and just gave me an extra 550 dark crystals to make up for that translation error. But it does look like it's going to be 250 from now on. And Apex League. If you're trying to reach Grand Marshal, you might want to put a couple hours in each day. Then we got our daily buys, so you want to go to shop, hot, and then buy your 2 vitality solutions. But for me, I have 101, so I'm going to pass. But if you can afford it, I recommend that you get your advancement modules and your booster modules for the week, which brings us to the Commissary, starting with the Crystal Dust store. So you want to buy your advancement modules, your booster modules, and your Vera special gift for the week. And when it comes to your Potent Omnium Crystal, I recommend that you pass because you should have enough to reach an 8.3 or 8.4 suppressor through exploration alone. But what you can do if you're going to Crystal Dust is buy a good pair of boots. If you have a good pair of boots, then you can buy handguards. You have a good pair of handguards, then you can buy whatever else you want. Space Time store, you want to buy your booster modules, your advancement modules, and your data repeater for the week. Crew store, now the only relics that I recommend are Space Time Rift, unless you have a level 3, or Omnium Shield. But if you have both of those, then you could get a drone and just try to get that till level 3. Support store, you want to get your joint supply chips, your Space Time Crystal Fragments, and your Space Time Crystal Dust. And if you can, try to get your Space Time Crystal Fragments using return support points. And if you need help on how to do that, I got a guide on my channel. Point store, now I recommend you spend your points on a spare special gift so that way you don't have to do training, black market, or Cetus Island again. But if you want to level up your matrices or weapons, you could always buy matrix data packs or weapon batteries. And with your critical abyss points, you could always use those to buy clusters. But besides that, I just recommend that you knock out the exploring so that way you can get a lot of those good rewards. You're ready for those other limited banner characters coming up. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. If so, feel free to check out my Lyra DPS calculation video. But other than that, talk with you guys later.